beginners, so people that have not had any experience with yoga, uh, and real bodies, real life. So everything has different options. There's multiple ways into it. But what we are doing with it is, first of all, is connecting our mind and our body, because often we don't have very strong body awareness, because we just, a bit like the car, we just turn it on and hope it goes. We don't know what's necessarily going on under the skin in a lot of ways. So this is a connection of the mind to feeling into where things are tight, where things are feeling like they move quite well, etc., etc. So that's the first thing, is a body-mind connection. Second one is it's moving the lymph system around, and then it's creating the three key ones: flexibility, strength, and balance. Balance being stability, so that we've got a really good proprioception. We know where we are in space, and that protects us in terms of whatever we're doing in our real life, because we've got better connection, better coordination, etc. Less likely to have injuries and falls and things like that. But the first rule of yoga is do no harm. Do no harm to yourself, first of all. So it's not about being in pain. If anything feels painful, then pull out of it. Now, there is a good pain, which is a stretching pain, but again, you want to just be in a good stretch. You don't want to feel like sharp pains or anything that's gonna, and you should never feel like the pain is going to be lingering beyond the pose that we're in, and you certainly shouldn't feel sore the next day or the day after. We're not pushing ourselves to that sort of limit. We're gently working with our bodies to create all of those things. So yeah, I think it's listening to yourself and yeah, checking in with what the options are to work with the body as it is. So we'll do around about 15 to 20 minutes standing, and then we'll come down, we won't spend much time on the knees, but we'll spend a bit of time sitting and a bit of lying. Knees, we can definitely put cushions under, but we can stay away from that today. That won't do us any harm. Yeah, so that's sort of it. So come on up, and we'll get ourselves moving. Yeah, getting up. No, it's all good. All right, so we're going to start with what I love to do, which is our twisting warm up, because it's a really good way of feeling into where everything's tight. So feet hip width apart, slight bend at the knees, hands to belly, and you're just going to turn side to side. So we're going to start from the feet. We're going to think about moving, rolling onto the edge of the feet, just getting some movement through all of those joints. And then into the knees, and then moving through the hips. Now releasing the hands down and adding the upper body to the equation. So shake out the fingers, wrists, elbows, all the way to the shoulders. Relax out the shoulders. And then if it's okay on the neck, you could turn and look over the shoulder. Just, main thing is not to stop immediately. If we slow before we stop, we won't get dizzy. So just stay within your feeling comfortable. All right, take a deep breath in and a nice sigh out. And starting to slow down. And when you're ready to stop, reset the feet. Let's bring the hands to heart, pressing the left hand into the right and the right hand into the left, and then pressing the thumbs into the breastbone. Feeling the power as you press, sort of about 5 out of 10 for effort. Rolling the shoulders back and opening up through the chest. Eye gaze down. Breath in and out through the nose now. So we practice all of the breath in and out through the nose, and then I cue the odd one out through the mouth to release the tension. But most of the practice we try to do, if we can, in and out through the nose. And the next breath in through the nose, out through the mouth to open the eyes, give it a shake out. Okay, so we will start with some overhead mountains. So if you can, just bearing in mind the shoulder, come forward as opposed to trying to go up. So find your own range of motion. So from here, we're going to drop the hands down and then inhale, bring them up and either forward or up, and then hands back to the heart. So the drop down, inhale, raise them as high as you comfortably can, bring them together, and then exhale, bring them to the heart. Drop down, inhale, forward together, and then exhale, pull back in. That's it. Release. So when you drop down, it's a release. Inhale and exhale. Okay, I think there's about 4, so one more. Give it a shake out. Okay, so now we're going to add the forward fold to it. So we're going to go from the heart, do the inhale, and then bend the knees and sweep the hands coming down to a fold, bringing hands to elbows, dropping the head, looking between the knees, taking a few breaths here. So using this weight of the upper body to stretch out into the lower back, so the knees bend so that you're not using too much on the backs of the legs. And then hands to shins, straighten to halfway. So now straighten the backs of the legs, pull the shoulders back, flat back, looking straight down to the mat. Once you're there, leaning slightly forward into the toes, but keeping the heels on the floor, feeling the stretch down the back of the legs, keeping the elbows in close to the body, lengthening through the spine. So you might feel the pressure up through the back, maybe all the way up to the head. And then to come up, we go hands to hips to rise. And exhale, hands to heart. Okay, so we'll do the same thing round 2. So bring the arms overhead, bend at the knees, and then sweep the hands down, hands to elbows, dropping the head, looking between the legs. Long, slow breaths in and out through the nose, relaxing through. You can sort of move the head and neck and shoulders around a little bit if you want to, just to relax any tension that's in there. Last breath here. Hands coming to shins, straight legs, so slightly below the knees, or wherever you can go where you can keep the legs straight and the back flat. Then hands to hips to rise. Take the clearing breath, give it a shake out. Walk it out, shake it out. Okay, continuing the stretch in this for the hips, coming into pyramids. So from feet hip width apart, small step back with the left foot, both feet facing forward. So facing both feet forward. Then folding over with a straight back, hands to shin, to the right shin. So right hand first, left on top. Keeping the legs straight, rolling the shoulders back, pushing the right hip back, lengthening through that right leg. Okay, we don't want to make it too easy. So challenge for today, or Bending the knees slightly, fingertips on the floor. So bend the knees, come right forward. Yep, that's it. Now the challenge is lifting the left leg off the floor, taking the weight in the right foot. That's it. So toes down towards the mat. And then if you wanted to move it further, you'd move the hands back towards the foot. Strengthening in the right hip. Breathing. Great. From here, bring that left foot back to the floor. Take a clearing breath and then engaging the core to bring your hands to hips, straightening the right leg as you go, and then coming up. Bend the knee, walk it out, shake it out. Take the clearing breath and then we'll set it up for the other side. So step the right foot back, both feet facing forward. So coming into pyramid, folding, legs are straight, hands to left leg. So first of all, stretching it out, relax the neck. Bend the knee, bring the hands way forward so that you can get them onto the floor. And then lifting the right leg up behind, strengthening in the left leg, left hip. Challenging is to walk the hands back towards the foot, straightening the leg as you go. Yeah. Deep stretch down the back of the leg, but the main thing is it's strengthening that left hip. Bend the left leg again, bring the right foot back to the floor. Take your time, engage the core to bring the hands to hips, straightening the leg to come up and step it out. Give it a shake out. Okay, so let's come into another stretch, one for the hips. We'll come into triangle this time. So this time it will be a big step back with the left, bringing the toes to the side. So right foot's at the front, left foot's out, facing out to the side. Yeah. So you don't want to end up as if you're on a tightrope. You want to end up with a bit of space so that you've got stability. And then you're turning the hips back to the front. Right hand is going down onto the right leg. Now here's where you can adjust for the shoulder. If this is too much, then hand to hip, rolling the shoulder over the shoulder. So stacking the shoulders, still the same exercise, just hasn't got the hands stretched up. And you could either be looking down to the right big toe, looking sideways, or looking up beyond the left shoulder. And you're still breathing. Last breath here, looking down. Bring the hand down, then raise up. Take the clearing breath and let's turn our toes so we can come to the others. So turning towards the back of the mat now. So now the left foot's facing out to the right foot's at the side. Square the hips as much as you can. Left hand to left leg. Rolling the shoulder up and either hand to hip or arm up. Okay. From here, bring the hand back to the hip to rise. Take a clearing breath. Bit of strength for the legs. Now turning both toes out at like 45 degrees and both heels slightly in. Bending at the knees, building strength in the quads. So dropping the butt down to knee and then hands come to heart. Yeah, no elbows on knees. Strengthen the quads. No cheating. Feel it. No gripping on with the toes either. So relaxing the toes. Is that 3 breaths? 2 more. Wonderful. Last breath. Bring your hands to your legs to press through to lift you back up. And then take a step out. So that's really good for strengthening the knees as well as the quads. It gives you a lot of strength in the legs. Give it a good shake out. All right, it would be wrong not to try a single leg balance to see where we are. So, so let's go star pose. So left foot to floor, right toes out, so right leg out to the side. And steady the eyes, bring the hands out at shoulder height, palms facing down. And then when you're ready, you're going to drop the left hand down and let the right foot come off the floor. That's it. So engage the core. Not too far, not too far. So it's better just to be hovering. Good shake out. All right. Such a powerful, there's a couple of them. We'll do the other one as well, but this one's just, you got to laugh. You can't not laugh. All right, so right foot down, arms out. And then you're going to tilt right hand down, left arm up. Other side. Clear? You were doing the same leg. You do the other leg.
Other leg?
Yeah.
I'm doing the wrong leg.
That one. That's all right. Shake it out. All right. Okay, so in terms of building strength at home, my number one is putting one foot on top of the other. So left foot to floor and placing the right foot on top of the left. And if you can practice that when you're cleaning your teeth or waiting for the jug to boil. And even if you just have one toe on the floor, you're going to feel the strength and the building all these muscles. One finger, one little finger. It's amazing what even one finger will do. It'll build all the strength that you need. So that's by far the best way to do it. Find anywhere you can where you can just get the toe one on the other, and then one finger on something if you need to, just to get you going. But can you feel how all your feet muscle, all the joints and everything's working like crazy to stabilize you? And then, so the more that you do that, it won't take long, about a week, and you'll be amazed at how much better it feels. Okay.
Do you do all this? Sometimes I do this one, even standing in the shower.
Well, that's possibly a bit.
Stomach muscles in the shower.
Stomach muscles in the shower. Yeah, not sure about stability in the shower, that you go sliding.
Yeah, I do my pelvic floors in the shower.
Okay.
I'll do.
All right. Right, where are we up to? I think we've done pretty much everything we need to do for the legs. So let's come down and do some stretches. So come down to seated. Okay, so give the legs a nice good stretch and shake. Release all the tension. And then let's come into a little bit of stretching for the hips. So bringing the soles of the feet together with the knees bent into butterfly. Okay, so sitting up nice and tall, hands can come onto the legs. Reach up and then folding with the chin and chest. So not dropping chin down, but leaning forward into it. So relax the shoulders. Yep, that's it. Let the elbows bend a little bit. All right, inner thigh stretch and lower back, as well as opening for the hips. Come back up. Bring the right leg out, so it's straight, and the left leg's coming into the side. Turning and reaching the left hand to the right leg. Yeah, so opposite hand to leg, and then that top right hand on top, and feeling it into the left side of the lower back. So you can bend the knee if it's all in the back of the leg. And if it's not, then it's nice, sinking the elbows down, deepening the stretch. Coming back up. Okay, so let's do side stretches seated. So this time, instead of turning and looking to the right, we're going to look to the left. So we're turning the body to the, looking at the left. Right hand on right leg, and then bending over to get the side stretch. So if the arm can come over, it will, but if not, you could just place it on your back and just, so shoulder over shoulder.
Oh, so that one comes up.
If you can get it over, if you've got the range of motion in the shoulder, then it goes over, heads towards the toes. But if not, placing it on your back and just allowing the stretch to come out from that left hip right the way through the left side body. Okay, so there you go, there's your side stretch. So if you sit up tall now, one hand to hands to knees, can you feel how much taller you feel on the left side versus the right side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That side feels freer.
Yeah, it's just sitting sort of taller. Okay, so let's go to the other side. So be careful of the knee as you open it up. Bring the right leg in. You can keep the leg, if it's too much on the knees, you can keep the legs straight, but if you can bend it, then bend it. Then turning right hand to left leg to start with, and then left hand on top. Last breath here to come back up. Okay, so side stretch, turning towards the right, left hand, left leg, right arm over, or if it's not comfortable, then placing it, yeah, so placing it on your back, and then just looking towards the right knee as you bend the left elbow. So not coming forward, staying upright and looking sideways. That's it. Yeah, because you're aiming to get the stretch through this side body and stimulating all that way through that lymph system, and also stretching through the digestive system. So this is really squeezes into the left side now, stretches. So it's really good for the digestive system. Okay, from here, coming upright, placing the hands on the knees, sitting up and just making sure that you feel evenly. And then let's do the other one, which is legs straight. Bring the hands onto the floor in front and then bending the elbows. Just relaxing the legs, so feet are not pointed or flexed, they're just relaxed. Okay, from here, coming back up. Bring the legs together. And then coming into a last one for the lower back, forward fold with the knees bent, wrapping the hands in under the legs. And just dropping the chest into the knees, dropping the head down this time, lengthening through the whole back. Taking some long, slow breaths. You can close the eyes now if you wanted to. Completing from here to lift up and release. Give it a shake out. So let's come, and then from here coming down onto your back, giving yourself a nice big hug and rock side to side. Ease out any tension we might have gathered up. And then placing the hands on the knees, head on the floor, just making circles. So circling over to the right, pull the knees towards the chest, and then over to the left, and then press away. So around, going around, big or small, whatever feels like you can do. Just getting some movement around through the hips, squeezing into that digestive system. So we're doing 5 in total. And then pause, and now we'll go back the other way. So go to the right, away, to the left, and back up. One last one. Great. Okay, from here, stretch the legs out. Give yourself a nice big stretch overhead. So if the arms, if they're okay to go overhead, that's nice. Otherwise, keeping them down. Shake out the legs. And then bending the knees, feet hip width apart will come into bridge. So feet as close to your butt as you can, hands on the floor for support. You're going to press the heels into the floor to lift the hips up. Now, relaxing the glutes, so not squeezing the butt cheeks. Feel the hamstrings, the back of the legs firing up. So heels pressed down, strengthening in the hamstrings. Just if you feel like you're going to cramp, come out though, because sometimes it does a bit cramp inducing. Long, slow breaths though. Right, and coming back down. Hug the knees in one more time. Okay, another one for, this one's a bit of core, okay? So from here, keep the right leg hugged in, stretch the left leg back to the floor. Now, I'm going to bring the nose to the knee, ish, and then the head's going to the floor. All right, swap to the other side. Just going to test it out for a moment. It's towards, it doesn't have to actually touch. So hug the left knee in, raise the head, bring the nose up towards the knee, and release it back down. Okay, so shake it out. We're going to do that with breath and movement. So two breaths per side. So when you're ready, inhale, bring the right knee up. Exhale, bring the nose towards the knee. Inhale, bring the head to the floor. Exhale, bring the leg to the floor. Inhale the left knee up. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, head to floor. Exhale, leg to floor. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, head to floor. Exhale, leg to floor. Inhale, left knee. Nose up. Inhale, head to floor. Exhale. One more to each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Well done. Give yourself a nice big shake out. Place the hands on the ribs for a moment or on the hips. Very much about stimulating the lymph system in and around the hips. So really good for releasing puffy legs and things like that, and tension in the legs, leg pain. Okay, so from here, it's not quite done yet. Bending the knees for bridge round 2, but this time single leg bridge. So bring the feet together this time and the knees bent. Hands on the floor for support. Press the heels into the floor. Once you've got the hips up, you're going to straighten the right leg and keep the knees together. Bring it up halfway, so only to knee height. There we go. Feel the strength in the left leg. But if it hurts the left knee, come out. One more breath here. And then swapping to the other side. Take a clearing breath and then lifting the hips, left leg's going straight. Two more breaths. Last breath to release down. Well done. Give yourself a nice big stretch. Shake it out. Coming into a lying down version of tree pose. So left leg's going to stay straight. Going to bend the right knee and place the right foot on the left leg and drop the knee out to the side as if you're in tree pose. So it's out to the side. Yep. Both butt cheeks stay on the floor, both shoulders stay on the floor. Hands to heart at prayer. Either keep the hands here, or if you wanted to challenge it, you'd bring the arms overhead, bringing the thumbs to the floor behind, letting the elbows drop out to the side. So elbows are bent. Tucking the chin in, lengthening through the back of the neck. Flexing the left foot, pressing the left heel far away, but keeping the heel on the floor. Lengthening through that left side of the body. Opening up through the right side of the hip. Visualizing that you're standing up, doing it. No, it's much easier lying down. All right, bring the hands back to heart. Oh, bless you. Swap it over. Check it out. The left foot onto the side of the right leg. Knee drops out to the side. Bring the arms overhead when you're ready, or keeping them at the heart, whatever feels right. And then flexing that right foot, so activating that whole right leg. Lovely. Bring the hands back down, straight, shake out the legs. I think we'll come up for this twist. So when you just make your way back up to seated for a moment. Let's finish with the twist as a seated twist. So sit tall for a moment. Make sure that you don't get lightheaded. And then when you're ready, right leg's going over the left. And then wrapping the left hand around the leg. And then turning to look over the right shoulder. That's it. So really sitting up tall, wringing it out, releasing any last bits of tension in the body. And come back to neutral, swap it over, left over right. Sit tall, wrapping around, looking over the left shoulder. Just wrap the right arm around, over the top. Yep, that's it. So keeping the chin up so that we're getting a bit of a stretch in the neck as well. This is really good for looking behind in the car. And come back to center. Give the legs a good shake out. And then just coming into easy seated position. So either legs crossed or straight, whatever feels right. Straight legs is fine, however it is comfortable. But we just want to sit with shoulders over hips and close the eyes for a moment. Just make sure that the heart rate's back to normal, that the breath is even. Notice how the body is feeling now. Maybe there's a little bit of a buzz going on. Wiggling the toes, making sure that we've got no tension left in the legs. And then same with the fingers, wiggling the fingers, relaxing right the way through to the shoulders. And then relaxing all the face muscles. relaxing behind the eyes, and particularly the jaw, relaxing right the way back to the jaw. And then very lastly, we bring the hands together in prayer. One more time, we take a deep breath in and a clearing breath out, bowing the head to open the eyes. Namaste.
Namaste.